ConvertIP helps people with is, number one, it's built on a standard. So it comes from the broadcast side of things to begin with 2110 and that form of transport, but it also supports IPMX. So it's IPMX ready, and that really makes that 2110 signaling much more simplified for the Pro AV type of customer. So it reduces the network requirements, does not require a PTP clock, and it also adds Pro AV components to it, like HDCP, like EDID support for HDMI, security elements as well. So it really makes it more attuned to the Pro AV market and solves their types of problems and orients the product to that type of environment. So additionally, it also has a number of codecs that are included with it. So we have uncompressed, complete uncompressed. So we run at 25 gig for 4K 6444 on uncompressed, but you don't need to run that way. We support JPEG XS also, but that for a desktop environment would probably push you up to about 1.6 gig. So we also give a 1 gig codec, which is very important in Pro AV because they're typically running on 1 gig networks. So we can give you not just motion video with lossless content, but also desktop video, which is high frequency but very stationary video, and when you're compressing that, it's difficult to get all the detail. And with the codec that we've chosen, which is Calibri, it allows us to do that at under 1 gig and provide that as a solution for all types of content, and you get the almost zero latency, less than a frame, and visually lossless content for both motion video and desktop content. That's right. There's the flexibility of the product is kind of really visible in two ways. One, we support SDI, HDMI, and HD-based-T. And it's not a one-to-one relationship. You can have an SDI transmitter and have a display that's HDMI and use a HDMI receiver, and the conversion from SDI and HDMI is automatically done because of the standards that we're built upon. On top of that, like I mentioned before, uncompressed JPEG XS and Calibri for 1 gig gives you pretty much every, I would say 99% of the workflows and the content that you need to push with the low latency, or basically zero latency, and lossless content that you can display on, get across the AV over IP transmission. It is an extremely exciting product. I began my career, at least at the end of this, when I started doing AV over IP, I started with H.264, and that was a lot of fun. We've been doing it for 10 years, solves a lot of problems, but this is exponential in terms of solving problems compared to just that product. It gives you so many different ways to solve problems in your Pro AV over IP environments.